now basically you and him, he got drafted by a different team. It's not like you and him got drafted. Like again, there's no teammates unless you're on different consoles. So say you got drafted with brothers, he get drafted with Nancy. How the hell is that gonna work out? How is he gonna stand on his 2 feet? And now y'all competitors. So what's the difference now? Because he's doing all this stuff.
Something that he's gonna have to figure out, because if that kid does make it to the pro league, I'm not helping.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And that's what I kind of took away from the people asking, why aren't you ain't trying out when I was racing Giggy and everybody's trying to do the pro stuff. I said, why am I going to try out for a league that I know I ain't going to be able to compete in? Not because I can't drive, but I'm not going to compete with speed. Like, again, you have the fastest guys on the console racing, and I can't even make the have a chance to make the leaderboards.
I'm not saying, but here's my thing, Trey. I never have once said that anybody is not worthy of pro league. I never have once said that.
Yeah, in fact, he's gone out of his way to say that any one of us that we were in whatever party can
if you fucking
do it.
If you literally work hard enough and you really like give it your all instead of saying and making excuses every fucking day, you can do it. I mean, look at the motherfuckers that Go Fast Jason. Dude was literally like a prospect, and he wasn't shit. And then Smoke gave him setups, and look where he's at now. He's driving for Go Fast. I mean, dude, you can literally do anything if you fucking can put your mind to it. Well, for one, I only got in because of my skill, not because, you know, I got put in, I got fucking dragged to it. No, dude, I worked for it. I fucking, you know, yeah, did it people help me along the way? Of course. And I can name those people, and rightfully so, they'll fucking sit there and agree. But the thing is I fucking worked on my own shit. Deadpool has not helped me one fucking time except for Eldora.
How many times I said, you know, just let me know, I can help you anytime. And Fluffy has asked me 0 times.
Yeah. Well,
you know, because that's how he is.
I say it like this, because this is just me as how I grew up. This is how I was taught. If you want something, like you said, you want something so bad, you got to earn it. You have to work for it. Nothing in this world is going to be given to you. People might help. Like say, somebody's going to help you, but you still have to put in the work to get there.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you
but
want
Deadpool doesn't realize that though.
No. And like I said, I'm trying to.
Well, he did for a while when we worked together, but I didn't realize literally all he was doing was begging Fluffy for a setup and saying, well, this is my setup, and then we would trade setups and we would modify, you know, we would, you know, adjust each one's setups, and then we come back together and we figure out what worked and what didn't work. But it's not the same thing because it wasn't his setup. Are you okay, Wade?
Yeah. I was going to lose right there. I got that qualifying setup in.
It kind of irritated me.
Okay.
And this Deadpool story, it was kind of...
Yeah, I hit a 5 right there.
Oh, cool.
Because I remember we was racing in Giggity, and it wasn't Deadpool expected, it was Roof. And we're racing in custom race, and I'm running in 3rd. And I don't race custom setups a lot because, again, I don't make them. I'm usually getting them from Will, Fluffy, or somebody. Somebody gives me a setup, I put it in.
He won't take my setups.
I used yours before.
I know.
But
you always have an all about it.
And like I said, I run good with them. And when people ask me for them, I can't give it to them and people get mad and say, why can't y'all see your setup? Because they're not mine.
Yep.
I might adjust them to their liking, to my liking, but they're not my setup. And like I say, like Fluffy, if he gave me a setup and I adjust one, I'm not going to give it out and say, yeah, this is my setup. No, that's Fluffy's setup. Like, I'm not going to give it out to because all thing I probably did was adjust tire pressure, wedge, and the springs or the shocks. That's it. It's still Fluffy's setup.
Yeah.
Now, am I using it as a not stepping stone, but what is it?
Like
Mystic told me Mystic, sorry to interrupt you, but Mystic told me I need to qualify the same time or low 4, so I just asked him. So.
Okay. Well, you're close. Gotta run it out, gas-wise.
Well, here's my thing. The thing about this is, though, Trey, is that Deadpool, okay, so when we were working on Outdoor, he looked at the leaderboard. Obviously, I mean, if somebody fucking is, you know, if one of us go to a track on the schedule, I mean, there's going to be people, like, from our roster taking over the all-time leaderboards because we're working on the fucking setup. We work on those cars for about a week, and then we got to take them out on Wednesday and fucking race them. Yep. I mean, we have little time to fucking, like, you know, work on these cars. And Deadpool fucking sits there and says, oh, no, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna fly with me. I'm the fucking outdoor. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, it's like, people, again, when he's, I say like this, if he wasn't in your shoes, like say before all this started, say when y'all started the Pro League run and he asked for sale, you said no, where would he be at right now? Sitting nowhere.
Well, I'll tell you a personal experience, because the only setup that I know for sure he did not get from Fluffy is Watkins Glen. Because the setup that we used to work out his quote-unquote Watkins Glen setup was with C-Dub. And the base was my setup. Because he got in there, and I'm like, I'm slow as shit. He got in there, he ran 2 seconds faster with it. And he said, no, this is good. And we worked on it. We worked on it for Truck, for Xfinity, and for Cup a whole fucking week. And then I find out he's giving the setup out to everybody and telling them it was his.
Yeah.
And sadly, C-Dub is such a fucking pothead, he doesn't even remember.
See, my thing is, bro, is like, you know, I give that kid every single fucking setup I have. Every single one, dude. Like, if the kid needed help, I would have done it. But now, it's just to the point where, like, dude, you're not ever gonna get help from me ever again. You're on your own now.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
You completely fucked yourself from even probably slightly giving a chance to get in the fucking Pro League. Because I was gonna help your fucking sorry ass, but nah, bro, you can now.
That's one thing I'm looking forward towards next year when I get the game and shit. I've been telling Mystic that and started that for a while. Because some of these, I know some of these leaderboards I've been hitting with draft help, but some of them I haven't been hitting on NASCAR Heat with draft help. So
to be honest with you,
I know that's not. I know that's not much to say just because I'm on all the time for leaderboards, but it just, I don't know. I've been thinking about it.
Do you want me to tell you the God honest truth? Wow, that's bad. Like from a person that knows this shit, I'm gonna tell you something. Leaderboards don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Leaderboards do not mean shit, man. And I will tell you this because I love you guys and I just want the best for you guys, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything to, you know, downgrade you guys because you're not on my level. Not at all. Because I love you guys. I mean, y'all are my best friends. But I'm telling y'all this shit because I don't want y'all getting the wrong picture of what this is. Like, you have to be, and I mean pristine, pre-fucking steam on your shit, on your driving, on your skill. Like, you have to be on another fucking level. Because if you're not, it's like, it's a whole different ball game. Like, that's what I always told Deadpool. That's what I've always told Deadpool is, man, don't get yourself, don't try hard. You try hard and then you're not gonna get nowhere. Because when you try hard,
I tell him the same thing all the time. He's trying too hard. He's fucking up when he tries too hard.
I hear again. This is why, and this is what made me not want to try to even try. when it first happened, yeah, I did try. I wasn't trying, but I tried, and I did my best to my ability. To where, like I say, I try to run clean races. And I say this: if they went off like your speed rating, or if speed rating actually made a fucking difference. But every race I ran a 105. Nearly everything I did, except I think it was at like at Texas or something. Everything stayed up in the 105. So if that actually meant something, like you hitting your lines perfect, I think I did fairly fine. But the times were just slow.
That's the speed rating, like in offline, has to do with like if you're in a race. You know, it has to do with how you're finishing in the stages and how you're finishing.
No, I'm talking about
not just the overall speed. I'm
talking about actually when you did like the lobbies and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like every time I race the lobby, I had a 105 and a 104.
Yeah, right. But do you realize that Fluffy's racing at 115 or 120?
Well, no, I'm talking about for my standard. That's why I thought the ratings meant by. When you get like there was more, not the time, but the ratings you was getting. Like I say again, like I said, when they talk about the contacts, how you running your line, I thought there was more looking at that time and most of that. But
yeah, and y'all remember when he. Hang on.
Perfect.
I'm gonna be getting off in a minute.
Yeah.
But like I said, dude, he doesn't get it. He doesn't. Hey, where's your charger, man? It's just that. He doesn't get it. Like when I always like told him like, hey, do this. If you don't do this, then you won't get it. But he don't listen to me. He
doesn't listen to anybody.
He thinks the polar opposite of shit, and that's what kills him. Is he thinks so differently.
Okay,
on things
let's go.
Like he knows it all. Like he's a know-it-all type of guy.
Because when you get told, oh, I'm one of the top prospects for the next pro league, yeah, I must know what I'm doing. No, motherfucker. Again.
Dude, I heard that shit constantly.
Because Red put it in the podcast that, you know, he does every week with Dohar. The week before the pro league, you know, the day the qualifiers ended. And they both named him the one guy on PS4 outside the top 12 or 24, whatever, you know. And we were both watching it, and I'm like, I'm never gonna hit the end of this, and we didn't.
Y'all missed him?
Yes.
That's the thing, bro. Like he fucking sit there and would say like, oh man, I'm a top prospect. I'm like, bro, you can't even get your fucking internet straight. Nonetheless, you can't even fucking finish a fucking race.
Alright, big baller in business internet.
Yeah, no, his McDonald's internet. That was just the most epic fucking way to describe it. But remember when he finally, you know, because I knew disability, and they had to hire lawyers and to get his disability money because he hadn't had any money. He just had like the weekly little shit, and they owed him like, you know, a bunch of shit. His parents took most of it and left him with X amount of dollars. So what he was going to do was he was going to upgrade to real internet instead of his cell phone hotspot, which we all know works so well.
Yeah, because every time somebody calls, it flags the shit out of his
boom, Jacob has the same fucking problem. We deal with it still on Sundays, which is terrible for him. But he was going to go and get real internet, and he was going to pay for it for a whole fucking year, because we spoke about it. Here he gets his money, goes down to the store, because he needed to get something, buys the shit. No, he needed a new wheel, because he broke his wheel. So he went down and got a new G29, and then he goes and gets talked into buying a $2,000 fucking gaming computer system. I think it was $2,200.
Oh yeah, this is because he wanted to do iRacing.
Right, because iRacing is going to be the big next thing, and he's going to be the fastest guy on iRacing. And I'm like, you realize that iRacing needs good internet too, right? Probably better than PS4.
And you want to fucking talk about guys that will fucking literally shit on him?
Yep,
Dude,
and never upgraded his internet, which was the smartest thing he could have done.
If he would have upgraded his internet, then maybe everybody would take him serious. Maybe slightly.
Plus,
take him serious.
I read the fucking specs. He took a picture and sent me the specs, or he sent me the file, and I read the specs of the fucking thing. I'm like, I could have helped you, get a $300 computer and upgrade it for probably another $400. And you'd have the same fucking speed for like $700 instead of spending $2,200. Yeah. He bought the fucking extended warranties on everything.
Fucking idiot.
I bet that bitch still sitting in the box too.
No, he
built it out power for probably less than what he paid.
What was that? Because that was like 3 cats at the same time, which is more than David can handle.
So my brother was like, oh, I'm so sorry. My brother, he built computer towers. He's built his own. And I was just saying, he probably could build him a way better one, cheaper.
Yeah. There's many ways to get the same specs. I mean, my computer that's 6 years old works fine on iRacing. You don't need a gaming computer to be on iRacing. Most of it's just your fucking internet, if you're smart. But
don't watch too much porn on there either. That too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I would have
good internet.
My thing is, dude, like
he was telling me watching porn he considers cheating. So he's telling me you've been cheating on me by watching porn.
Oh, yeah,
that's how you learn tricks. That's how you learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Technique.
Like, I don't care. I really don't care that he watches porn.
If you think about it, I would say 99% that's his mama talking.
Yeah.
It's true.
I've made fake arguments with Cody over porn, but I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't think it's cheating.
Why is your dick smaller than his?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm a looker, okay?
I'm a looker.
But no, I'm serious. I told my first girlfriend this. I told every woman I've been with, and it's never been an issue. I said, because if I'm with you, I'm never going to be with anybody else, because that's how I am. And I told my ex-wife, I said it, and she didn't ever. Well, she's fucking barely breathing anyway. But and she didn't have a problem with it as long as I didn't touch anybody. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't really want. I'm with you, okay? I'm with you, okay? And you know what? Your boobs are down to your belly button. But you know what? I love you. And I love you for that. But you know what? Fucking Ava Noddy has some awesome boobs, okay? And I'm going to look at them. But I'm not going to look at them to say that I want those boobs over yours. I'm going to look at them because, hey, and let's go to the bedroom afterwards. There's a purpose to it. It's not a cheating thing. It's a aphrodisiac.
Hey, you always gonna look at the newer models. But guess what? You still gonna have still gonna have over-reliable laying the ways that you never gonna let go.
Speaking of Ava Noddy, stop messaging me.
Huh?
We've got to be hurting on fuel. Bring it down pit lane.
She's annoying.
Here's my thing. Like, dude, I get that, like, I do it.
You're going too fast.
What? The thing about it is, bro, is like, I'm pretty sure 100% that males fucking watch porn. I mean,
I'll tell you right now, as soon as I get off this PlayStation, that's what I'm gonna go do.
You know, Pornhub is so big that they sponsor a whole stadium in Florida. You do know this, right? Yep. Yep. They're actually been trying to get into NASCAR, but NASCAR is like, well...
The funny thing is, I've like him show me his favorite NASCAR.
Well...
Did I put my shit? No.
Yeah.
I think they did sponsor a race team, not NASCAR, they sponsored somebody.
Not NASCAR, but yeah, they've been trying to get into racing. I mean, bad, but it's like...
the number of porn stars at the racetrack.
Yeah. Yep, that line will be going for days. What's in the hospitality tent?
Hey, the only Trump I support is Tiana Trump. If you guys don't know who that is. God, I would lick her butt.
Yeah, we know. I think we know that, Wade.
Oh, I got a half an erection. I'm sorry.
See what you did, Cat? Now he's just like the ball. He's like all jelly now.
He was like, oh, I'm sure it gets boring. He's putting something that chair all day, playing this game all day. And I told him, I was like, I really don't care. Like, I personally love my own space sometimes, so I don't mind if you play games. I don't care. I play games my fucking self.
Well, you know what's very interesting on relationships is if you two can have separate lives as well as shared lives, that's actually healthier. Because if you either one of you in a relationship end up depending solely on the other person for your happiness, my ex-wife, you're going to be disappointed.
See, I understand gaming because he is like his own little space, his own little, you know, it's like his own little world. It's a way for him to escape from bullshit going on. Yeah. And I get that, and I'm fine with that. And you know, I have my own life, I go to work.
Wow, I wish I could find a woman like you.
See what I'm saying, Wes?
God, I would put a ring on it and then have my babies.
You know,
not you specifically, but
if you became a model on Pornhub and just put like pictures of your hand up there, you would pay more.
I'm just making it really fancy my feet.
Or your feet, yeah.
I have a friend
who puts up on her profile who says, if there's any rich old fuddy-duddies out there that want pictures of my feet for $500 a pop, please DM me.
Is it wrong that I had a friend, the first thing she told me, I met her, I talked to her like 3 years ago. And I told her, what you been up to? Oh, you know, I'm moving out to Cal. I'm thinking about moving to Cal and becoming a porn star. I said, what?
San Diego. The hub of porn.
And this thing, me and her was friends, like, because we were so close to each other that people used to thought we was dating, but we were more like brother and sister. The first thing I told her, you're not going to be I told her,
yeah.
You're almost out of gas.
You're not going to be a porn star because I do not want to come down the hall and I see my son watching you on the computer. On the thing to choose on the computer screen. I'm saying, what the fuck am I looking at right now?
See, dude, like, there was a thing that. Okay, so I worked at Subway when I was in high school, and there was a couple that worked with me. And when I left there was a rumor going around that they had created a Pornhub account, and it was like they were amateur porn stars.
They're not the amateur couple, are they?
You fucking moron!
Because there is an account that is the amateur couple.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Is that the one you showed me?
That's the one you showed me.
We all know what the fuck I'm talking about.
So, there was.
I like how we're talking about this porn, man. Oh.
Deadpool porn.
You have to give me a second. I'm gonna go watch some porn.
My buddy texted me and he was
We
like,
had to
hey,
yell
man.
at Wade one day because he was watching Pornhub video, didn't think we could hear it. That was
Yeah.
funny.
Drop your speed, driver.
No.
Lotion out.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna make sure I'm muting my mic. I'll be back in like 5.
You can hear that?
So my
Yes.
buddy texted me. He was like, "Hey man, you're never gonna believe this, but you know that couple that you used to work with?" I was like, "Yeah." And, they were like, "Well, they're porn stars now." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're porn stars."
You're breaking up. You got weather in the area?
You.
Or you were hanging on every word? Yeah, you're roboting.
Who's your buddy?
Okay.
I can hear you.
Oh yeah,
I
big
don't know what the
boy.
fuck that was about, but
Oh,
anyway.
that was me raping your fucking internet box.
so
That's somebody turning their Titans on.
So she told me, she was like, yeah, so we found out because apparently like they were talking about it at work and they sent me a link and lo and behold, dude, they literally are amateur porn stars. They got like 200K fucking like subscribers or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it was the weirdest shit. I was like, could you imagine eating a Subway sandwich from people that fucking probably don't even wash their fingers? And
What do you
shit
think
like that?
regular people do?
Hold on.
Well, by the way, I apologize if you hear me vaping in the background.
What in the fuck am I listening to?
But bro, you gotta fucking understand.
It's probably Wade.
I fucking ate there. I fucking ate there, bro.
But they wash their hands before they touch the food, right?
What are you doing, step bro?
That's in your mind, Cody. I understand what you're saying. Don't get me wrong, because
Yeah, bro, it's
there's a whole bunch of society that has a problem, you know, with stuff like that, you know. And I understand when you walk into a restaurant, you don't want to say, "Oh, look, there's the porn stars," because then half the place will probably get up and leave.
Oh my god.
I said
Yeah.
Wade. Wade
So, I
said,
mean,
I want my sub. And
Kelly
show
walks
him
to
access
Subway, there's a lot of roads working there.
Oh my god. Wow. That's one way to wow
You
me
want
up.
this bread taste like my pussy?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh
Here,
my
You
god.
want mayonnaise?
Can
or
you
the
take
other
a
white stuff
selfie
on
with
the
my
sandwich?
sandwich in your cleavage there?
Is this mayonnaise actually mayonnaise or is it something else?
No, that's my
Can I
sperm
get your
bank.
special sauce?
Can I eat your butt?
No squirt, it's just a mixture of pee and discharge.
Is it really?
okay.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Nice.
What?
That's
Yep.
literally what squirt is. A mixture of pee
It's
and
more.
discharge.
It's actually more water than urine is, but yeah, there is a little bit.
What would happen?
Sweat.
So what
Sweat
happens?
is 5% urine.
Hey, so what?
Why are we talking about the science of sports?
Hey, so what happens if I don't make qualifying?
You suck.
You start from the back,
What
but
did you just say?
I would send
He's a
whatever your
fucking squirter.
fastest
He's a
time
squirter.
is, just to make sure that you have a qualifying time that counts. So you don't
Well,
get
I
half
forgot to
points.
tell you guys, I've been streaming this entire time, so Mystic's gonna go back and just look at the videos.
You got the audio share on.
Yeah. I forgot all about that.
Oh, fucking Wade.
Yeah, I'm gonna end this before it's too late.
Oh my God.
I think it's